I analyzed over 1000 KDP books across 10 different niches to understand the impact of competitive pricing on KDP book rankings. And I want to show you what I found. Furthermore, I will share my bonus tips for KDP book pricing with real examples at the end of this video. So keep watching till the end. I talk about 14 factors that influence the Amazon rank algorithm in one of my recent videos. Then I went into detail about the importance of text match and categories. Today I want to dive into importance of pricing KDP books on Amazon. If you check the success factors on Amazon.com section on the Seller Central page, Amazon says, "Are your products priced competitively against comparable items?" When you read this sentence, it sounds like a cliché. However, since I know that we should take all the information on the official website seriously, I decided to check some popular search terms for Amazon KDP books to find something that can help boost my sales. And I found out some interesting results. Let me show you my methodology. Since Amazon says comparable items in this sentence, firstly, we should define which KDP books we will analyze and compare with each other in the search results. As you all know, printing cost depends on book cover type, ink type, trim size, marketplace, and page count. When you check any product page of a book on Amazon, you can see the cover type, page count, and trim size of the book. So when I make my analysis, I use these parameters. Let me explain to you how I did my analysis of over 1000 KDP books step by step. Since I know most of you sell coloring books on Amazon, I chose one of the popular niches in coloring books. When you type coloring books on the Amazon search bar, there are auto suggestions here. I chose coloring books for adults and then coloring books for adults relaxation for the first example. Firstly, since the pricing varies depending on the book cover type, I filtered only the paperback ones on the left side menu to make the books in the search results comparable. As you can see here, there are 33 books on the first page of the search results. And 9 of these books are sponsored books. Since the position of sponsored ones is not the organic rankings, I ignored them and considered only the books with organic rankings. So I checked each of these books' product pages one by one and then noted down the price, page count, and trim size of each book on an Excel sheet. I think you can also do it automatically with some Chrome extensions, but I am not sure if they export the page count of the books. Then I did the same for the books on the second page of the search results. And here is what I found. If we compare the average book prices on the first and second page of the search results, on the first page, the average book price is $7.22. The average page count is 108 pages, and most of the books are 8.5 by 11 inches. On the second page, the average book price is $8.39 and the average page count is close to 107 pages, almost similar to the first page. Like on the first page, most of the books are 8.5 by 11 inches. So, if we compare these two, the average book price on the second page is 16% higher than the first page. And 14 of the books on the first page have a price lower than the $7.22, which is the average price. It means 56% of them have a lower price than the average price of the search results. On the other hand, only 10 of these books on the second page have a price lower than the average price of the first page. It means only 40% of them have a lower price than $7.22. You may ask now how this book with a price of $8.99 can place in the second position. Firstly, if you check here, it has 207 pages. To understand such anomalies, I also checked the average price of a single page. So the average price of a single page for this book is 4 cents, which is lower than the book in the first position. Besides this, the average single page price is 7 cents on the first page. Even though the price is not the only factor that influences the rankings, as you see here, it looks like an anomaly at a first glance. However, when I compare the price of a single page, this book is one of the most competitive books on the search results. So it is understandable. Let me show you the results of my analysis for different search terms. Let's check coloring books for kids on the Amazon search bar. There are auto suggestions here. I chose coloring books for kids ages 4 to 8 for the second example. As I did for the first example, I filtered only the paperback ones on the left side menu to make the books in the search results comparable. So, I checked the prices of each product one by one, except the sponsored ones, and noted them on an Excel sheet. I did the same for the products on the second page. Here are my analysis for this search term. On the first page, the average book price is $6.43. The average page count is 95 pages, and most of the books are 8.5 by 11 inches. On the second page, the average book price is $6.98, and the page count is close to 97 pages, almost similar to the first page. Like on the first page, most of the books are 8.5 by 11 inches. So, if we compare these two, the average book price on the second page is 8.5% higher than the first page. And 12 of the books on the first page have a price lower than the $6.43, which is the average price. It means 48% of them have a lower price than the average price. On the other hand, only 8 books on the second page have a price lower than the average price of the first page. It means only 32% of them have a lower price than $6.43. I want to show you one last example that I checked in advance. It is the search term Mood Tracker Journal. I applied the same methodology as the first two examples, and here is the result of my analysis. On the first page, the average book price is $8.88. The average page count is 116 pages, and most of the books are 6 by 9 inches. On the second page, the average book price is $9.77, and the page count is close to 139 pages, which is more than the first page. Like on the first page, most of the books are 6 by 9 inches. So, if we compare these two, the average book price on the second page is 10% higher than the first page. Of course, there may be some exceptions. However, when I analyzed over 1000 KDP books across 10 different niches, I found out that the average price of the products on the second page is always 7% to 20% higher than the average price of the products on the first page. In conclusion, I think putting a price competitively against comparable items increases your chance of ranking your products on the first page of the search results. Besides this, checking the average prices on the first page of the search results is always a good practice for defining the break-even point of competitive pricing. By the way, be aware that 70% of the customers never visit the second page of the search results. I mean, if your product is not on the first page for your targeted search term, you are missing out on sales potential. That's why you should do your own analysis like this during the niche research before the decision on the price, page count, and trim size of your book. In my opinion, it can help you gain a competitive advantage for ranking your book on the first page of Amazon for your targeted keyword. If it is clear so far, let's continue with my bonus tips. Besides considering the average price on the first page of the search results, you should also consider the psychological pricing strategies. I want to show you an image with text about it now. I showed this before in my book cover design tutorial, but it can be interesting if you haven't seen it before. Okay, I want you to read the text now. As it is written, I think most of you read this first, then this one, then this one, and you read this last. There is more than one focal point creation technique used here. I mentioned all of these techniques in my book cover design tutorial, but the most powerful technique used here is the size. A larger object tends to dominate the smaller and similar ones. In our example here, objects are these texts. And finally, this larger text becomes a focal point. That's why most of you read this one first. Now I want to show you again the search results page of the first example, coloring books for adults relaxation. As you see here, Amazon uses this technique in the font of product prices. The font of the dollar digit is bold and bigger than the cent digit. Even though the cents are seen and not totally ignored, they may subconsciously be partially ignored. So, there are 5 products on the first row of the search results here, and 3 of them are sponsored ones. Since our brain tends to ignore the cents, 4 of these products seems to be the same as $8, and this one seems as $5. So probably most consumers will click this one first due to having a lower price than others. Okay, in this case, what should the other ones do to avoid this situation? Firstly, I think sponsored ones should use the charm price technique. I mean removing 1 cent from the rounded dollar price and reducing their pricing to at least $7.99 to change this perception. However, it may not be enough. If you remember, the average price for this search term was $7.22. Therefore, if it was my book and there was a margin, I would change the price to $6.99 to increase my chance of getting a click. If there is no profit margin, they can reduce the number of pages. Lastly, if you remember, I talked about this bestseller. It has 207 pages and its average price of a single page is lower than the book in the first position. Actually, it is written 101 on the title, but consumers may not know if each page is backed with a black page or not. Even though all this information exists on the product page and A+ content section of the book, consumers may think it's expensive at first glance on the search result page. So if it was my book, I would also emphasize the number of pages as 207 somewhere on the book cover to avoid this perception. I hope this video was helpful. I will go into detail about another one of the factors that influence the Amazon KDP rankings in the next video. So make sure to subscribe and like the video to support the channel. Thanks for watching. See you soon.